Hi, peace and many blessings, y'all. Welcome or welcome back. We are finally here again with a new moon video. Like I said before, we didn't do the Pisces full moon video because I was tired and the energy was heavy, but I did do an update on, you know, just things that were happening around that time for me and stuff like that. That is on the video. I'll link it. It's called Chat and Collective Reading, because I still had to give y'all something and I really enjoyed it. And now we are here with the new moon in Virgo, and I'm excited for what that brings. I've actually been helping a Virgo out and just being able to see that, getting closer with my Virgo friend and being able to see that. When I say see that, I'm speaking to the ability to see Virgo qualities. Obviously, we are more than our sun signs, right? But I haven't had the experience of too many Virgos earlier in my life. It's nice to have them around now to see how they are and to just have that energy because they're amazing. And this is me speaking as a Taurus. But anyway, Virgo energy to me, it's an attention to detail. It's meticulous. It is calculated. It's organized. I really like that. And it's grounded. So one of my placements is, I got a reading that was in sidereal astrology to explain it. So when he was going back and forth about, you know, from sidereal to Western, I was like getting confused, but the Virgo energy is what I'm going to. So it's nice to be able to pick up on those organization skills and things. And obviously, not like all Virgos are organized. Sometimes it comes down to how they internalize that organization. So it could be their biggest pet peeve. So somehow they're always in organized chaos, but you know, whatever, there's that. So I think that this time is for us to organize our thoughts, to really sit us down and think about what it is that we want. Like, it's going to be a lot of common themes because there are going to be times when we change what we want, or we change the priority of the things that we're handling. And this is more like spring cleaning, but not really like summer cleaning. You know, let's weed it out, let's get it out so that we can bring in the new. I'm feeling a lot of people wanting new friendships around this time, new relationships, just a lot of new beginnings, which is interesting for Virgo season. So with all of this exciting energy that feels like a freaking new year, I want to just tap into one, perfection, because that's another thing with Virgo. Because they're so meticulous in detail, they probably want to make sure, they have a tendency to spend a lot of energy on making sure that things are perfect instead of just getting her done and pushing her out and things like that. So I'm gonna ask a question of, how has perfection impacted my life as of late, and also what have I made room for? Yes, tapping into the energy of how perfection has been impacting us, as well as what we have made room for. What have we released? Like I said, that spring cleaning, but really summer cleaning, making room for the fall. And also, while we are looking at our habits and pushing to create new ones, we're analyzing right now. We're creating the list. We're not implementing it just yet. We are implementing it the week after, type of thing, because there are some other things going on in the cosmos where it's like, it'll make room for your head to clear up to make the list, but it may be a little bit of pushback or a tiny bit of resistance in starting something new. But yeah, and something is happening with Saturn, so we just want to wait. But also, it's just a little bit of resistance. You can ebb and flow with the cosmos, but if it's something that you feel like you really need to do, then I feel like you'll find support in that. Happy birthday to my Virgo. Love you. Hope you have the best birthday ever. And we are going to get started. I'm going to leave the page to let y'all know where to donate and things like that if you feel called to leave a love donation. So what I like to do is coat my hands, my clean hands, in Florida water, and then I'll kind of just let it dry. Okay. I used to want to do that so bad, watching that show, Little Einsteins. Alright, I'm letting y'all into on too much. Let's start the video. Earth signs. I'm interested in knowing, in what ways has perfection been impacting them? How has perfection been impacting the earth signs in this Virgo season? The card that fell is the Nine of Water. Okay, so perfection, I see it stopping you from completing a cycle. And then I'm just going to draw two support cards, and I'm flipping them out. Like I said, Nine of Water, how perfection, Ace of Fire in reverse, how perfection has been impacting you. And then the message from Water. It seems like my earth signs, my Capricorns, my Taurus, and my Virgos have been experiencing the type of relationship with perfection where it is stopping you from completing a cycle. Like I said, I see that it's pushing you into balance, though. It's pushing you into being okay with the polarity of things. And as I say that, there's a hornet or a wasp, whichever. But also, there are two horses inside of a clamshell. When I think of a clamshell, I think about that protection. I think about richness, because we find the pearls inside of it. So with that being opened up and exposed to a black and white side, a feminine and masculine, a yin and yang type of energy with a woman commanding them both, it makes me think about the richness that is in the balance, the richness that is in the balance of masculine and feminine. And not even just the balance, but the harmony of them, knowing how to use it. And I feel like the perfection may have gotten in the way of you trying to fit too much into a divine feminine or too much into a divine masculine, however it may be, when it's meant to be a harmony, it's meant to be a balance, and you got to stop the perfection from getting in the way of you existing in that, you know, because the perfection really is just how other people are viewing you and being comfortable in how you shining, period. The Ace of Fire in reverse. These two together are giving me the perfection is stopping you emotionally, and it's also stopping you from pushing out something passionately. The Nine of Water, again, makes me think about completing a cycle because of the net that's there and how it's harvesting. So it's like your harvest is incomplete because something is not yet perfect. And if you just push it out and you start, you get to learn from the mistake or learn from that. And honestly, it probably is just completely perfect as it is. Like, other people will perceive it as perfect, but you being too heady about it and too self-critical in this moment is causing a break in the creative waters, because it's like, wait, you're not trusting me to put out what I gotta put out. It's perfect how it is. It's perfect now. It's perfect in its flaws. Yeah, that's that. And then this makes me want to growl, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not how lions don't growl, they roar. But regardless, that fire, that passion, that I'm gonna do what it gotta do to feed the family, to protect my cub. It's like that fierceness. Maybe you're trying too hard to be the perfect mother, the perfect father, or even just a perfect example for someone that is watching you. You know, like you're in this teacher role. It's something about perfection that is stopping you from being in your full confidence. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to teach, you just have to love, you just have to harmonize. You just have to be, you know. We're made perfect. We are created perfect. So it doesn't mean that we don't have things to change when we're stepping out of perfection, but it just means that you have to be kind, be gentle, be loving to yourself, find harmony, tap out of what people are thinking about how you're presenting yourself, presenting your art, presenting your love, presenting the things that you care passionately about. Maybe step away from those people. Now, thank you. Let's go into what you made space for. What have my earth signs made space for since the Pisces full moon? Okay. This Ace of Fire came out again. It's almost like we made space for somebody to make us less confident, or we made space to be less ferocious and to be more calm, but that means that there's some help here. Then this is interesting. This Three of Earth comes out in reverse, and this is representing all of the earth signs. The Capricorn is the manager of whatever it is, because they know how to properly resource and make decisions for the whole, like, you know, make decisions for the better good of everyone. Then we have the Taurus, who's going to make sure everybody's comfortable, everybody's fed. And then you have the Virgo, who's going to make sure that everybody knows why they're doing what they're doing, you know, that type of thing. It's like, I'm going to tell you the why so that it makes sense for you, whereas the Capricorn is just going to type of lead, and Taurus is kind of going to be like, well, let me make sure that everybody understands each other. So for that to be in reverse shows me you open up space for a lack of harmony. Then we have the Five of Air, which makes me think about just our humanness, like how we have 5 head, arms, legs. So we have 5 extremities and things like that. So it makes me think about us, right? But not in a grounded sense, because it's the air. We may have opened ourselves up to danger in a sense where, because of how we move, because of the things that we released, we kind of invited in more eyes on us, and some of those eyes on us may not have the best intentions, but we are not aware of the people that are looking at us with those things, because we are focused on protection. You know, our head is not there. Our head is in a higher space. Yeah, so it's given, pay attention. Know that your confidence is coming from within. Use discernment in the help that you receive. Use discernment even in your ask. And it's almost like a new venture has been slowed down because you got to find your people. And then finding your people, there's a lot of eyes looking at you because you're open. Okay. And it's also like almost a fear to hunt, or a fear to go get it. Letting go of that fear. Like, it's okay to have a pause again to figure out what it is that you really want. So stay open to your answers, but don't sometimes we'll start feeling the energy of what's next for us, and then it's like, oh wait, am I really ready for it? Like, yeah, you are that beast. You are ready to go get that. Yes, and then staying open to the harmony of working with others too. There may be a situation that you released where you are a little bit less trusting of family, less trusting of friends, less trusting of people in general, and that is not, it's all about discernment, developing a relationship with discernment. So I see that what is opened up to. And also it makes me think about neighbors too. Who are your neighbors? You have these 4 people, or these 4 birds here, and this one is watching. If one is watching on the outside, they may not be seeing the attack that's here, but there's something to keep watch, you know. And I feel like it's just that natural protection, that protection of the 5. We're going to work together. I see feminine energy and I see psychic development. Feminine energy, we see the circulation of the womb. I see the feminine energy coming through strong, because when I think about Virgo, I think about the mother. When I think about Taurus, I think about the mother. I don't think about the mother, but I think about Oshun. And then Capricorn energy, I don't have anything to connect it to right now. Sorry, y'all. I feel as though we have opened ourselves up since then to tapping more into the feminine energy, tapping into self, tapping into spirit, and using that as a way to make more sense and move about in this matrix. People feel that. People are very tapped into that, in a sense that they will be drawn to it, but they may not know why. So it makes sense that this is here. Where people that don't know why, sometimes it's not the safest space for us. Sometimes they just want to get it out there because it's something so powerful, so strong, something that they've not even really experienced before, but they see it in you because of the work that you've done. So you opened yourself up to that, but you also opened yourself up to protection. Stay protected, leave your offerings, say your prayers and things like that, because it's not a bad one. It's just about using your discernment, because you're leveling up. You can't be around everybody right now. You can be around who you're supposed to be around. You can be where you're supposed to be. You can, you know, whatever's happening right now, know that it's supposed to happen. It's for your psychic development. It's developing your feminine energy, and it's putting you in places for you to experience both of these things even more. Earth signs. All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to move on to my fire signs. How is perfection impacted the fire signs? So already in here, we have Yemaya and the 2 of water in reverse. And then we have the sun in reverse. Fire signs. The perfection has been impacting you in a way that it's been hurting your womb, hurting your personal relationships, and possibly hurting your confidence. So your body is perfect the way it is. Your hair is perfect the way it is. Your face is perfect the way it is. You are perfect the way you are. And you have to believe that. And when you take insecurity into your relationships, you only reinforce the insecurity between each other if you don't allow a safe space to truly talk about your feelings. This whole perfection thing has put a block in the communicative waters between others, between people that you really care about. That's some work. This is not how I expected this reading to go. But I guess that's why you don't have expectations. And then with it affecting your physical body in a way that you feel about yourself, the way it's affecting your relationships and the way that you feel about them, it's affecting how you feel about everything and what you're willing to push out. Almost like you want to go inner, like perfection has made you not want to be seen. I'm sending love to that heart space, because even without knowing the words to match that feeling, I've done that before. So yeah, fire signs. Spend some time reflecting on what beauty means to you. What are your beauty standards for yourself? What's important for your relationships? Where your safe spaces are in your relationships, friendships, whatever, whether they be platonic or romantic. Do something that makes you feel beautiful and confident, and give more compliments to others. It's almost like there's been a blockage in you being able to give unto others because of all the lack that you feel within yourself about your own beauty, about your own relationships, about your own confidence, and how you push yourself out in this world, how you shine in the world. You're perfect just the way you are. So yeah, let me do that. Then I'm gonna move on to, what have my fire signs made room for? What have my fire signs made room for? The fire signs being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I see the village, the 4 of water, and then the 10 of air in reverse. So with the village, y'all made room for a clearing out. So some of y'all may be moving, and the way that you move may have not been the way that you wanted to move, or the way that you're, you know, going into a new place of a new abode. It's not the way that you may have wanted it to happen, but you're not looking at all of the forces. You don't see all of the forces. You don't see all the things that are happening in your favor. You are not aware of all the forces. You're not aware of all the dimensions. All you see is one. But yeah, because of what you've experienced, you've made room for a new village, and that old village is parted. But it's kind of just like how things have to burn before they get turned new. So you made room for a new place to live, a new place to thrive, and you definitely were nice and vulnerable when it came to that. So I'm applauding you for your vulnerability and allowing in a new space, allowing yourself to move to a new space. And then with this Four of Water here, it just shows me fluidity. It shows me balance. You've allowed that in. You've allowed in for the balance of doing what you have to do in the physical world, as well as doing what you got to do in the emotional world, and then there's support in that. So that's what I mean by you've made room for that new place. Whatever you've been doing in your life, however you've been moving, that fluidity has allowed in for support. For support, yeah, wherever you move, it's like things kind of curve and shape to support you. I'm looking at this right here, like it's all gonna work in your favor. You've made room for that. So shout out to the balance that you set in for your emotions, the balance that you've ushered in. Like sometimes it really takes us to have a complete reset about what we think about ourselves. All of those old ideas have to go in the trash, and we have to step into these new ones. And that's why it may seem like the confidence is hurt so much from the beginning, like with dealing with perfection, just for us to usher ourselves into a new place, just for us to usher ourselves into complete flow. And sometimes it takes that miscommunication balance for us to go right into, okay, how do I effectively communicate with you? But that starts with self. Before it was two people, this is one. You are effectively communicating in a balanced way with yourself, so that is going to only lead to you doing the same thing with others. And then the 10 of Air in reverse. Obviously those are 10 dead birds, but with it being in reverse, it's almost like the completion of a cycle, right? Like you're not stuck here. There's no water here, there's no life here anymore. It's reversed. So you've made room for life to come after you've deaded certain situations. So shout out to you, fire signs, allowing for new life to come in, flowing with the waters, getting new housing and things like that. So shout out to y'all. I'm gonna build some support here for my fire signs. Transformation and creativity. Those waters is flowing. You done cried that tear into a big cup, and now those tears then turned into gold or silver or whatever, and it's just flowing and running through all the relationships. But yes, once you finish this transformation, once you complete it, and you love yourself through it, and you love every part of it, and you're not forcing yourself to speed through it or anything like that, you're allowing yourself to grow through the lessons just together. That allows your creativity to pour, because you can still be creating from inside of the cocoon, you know. And I know that may be where you are right now because of the perfection, but it's time to push out. It's time to come out of the cocoon. Your transformation is almost over, y'all. I mean, who am I to say that? That's just what I'm feeling. And it allows for the creativity to flow. And when I talk about creativity, I use water. When you share something that's very important to you, it's a very big creative thought, and you're sharing it with somebody whose creative ocean is down to a pond, it's like that messes your flow up. And I feel like that may have been happening to you with those relationships with that 2 of Water in reverse back then. Now with the creativity, it's like because of the open communication, because of the ability for you to place yourself around people through the transformation that can actually listen and actually add to and actually bounce ideas off of your creativity, it's like that supports you. That supports you, and I love that for you. I love that for you, King. Love that for you, Queen. The creative waters are flowing. I can almost hear this. Okay, fire signs. Started off with a little blow to the confidence, a blow to the feminine waters, a blow to the creative energy. Once we talk about Yemaya, that is the mother. And just to end it with a transformation, sometimes you gotta go through those moments. So now we're on the water signs, and for water sign energy, we are tapping into our Pisces, our Cancers, and our Scorpios. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. What ways have my water signs been impacted by perfection? Seems like it's been working in your favor. So we have a message from Earth as a way that it's been, how perfection has been impacting the water signs. We have Oshun, and then we have the Ace of Fire upright. So almost like y'all haven't, you know what though, I feel like there's a tendency for water signs to put their energy so much into others that they tap out of themselves. So I'm never saying that a hyperactivity of any emotion is going to be positive for us or going to be a balance, right? But for them to think about perfection or, you know, tapping into themselves or self-improvement and things like that and really tapping into it, it benefits them financially. One, because they're not putting their resources outward to people who they usually would. And it's not saying that they're never going to help anybody ever, but it's like I gotta work on and focus on perfecting my life. So that looks like me putting my funds into me. And if anything, I'm going to be more rich and whatever so that I can give to y'all. But if I keep running from an empty pot, it's like now I'm draining myself to support y'all, and I don't even know if that's coming back to me because the pot is empty. If it was coming back, then it would, you know what I'm saying? So there's support for y'all. Shout out to y'all for no longer giving out funds to people who may have just been asking you for no reason, or just telling people no. Shout out to y'all for telling people no for a second so that you can build on yourself. And then we have Oshun energy, and Oshun is heavy fertility, and Oshun has to do with love. She has to do with birth, right? So I feel like this has helped y'all in improving the fruitfulness of your life. And that may have all just been with your beauty, beautifying yourself, beautifying your house, being in beautiful spaces and things like that. Like, you know what? I want to spruce things up a little bit, and I feel like that's her energy. Making it more loving, making it more beautiful, making it more enjoyable and comfortable. And that is Venus energy. Perfection has been leading you into more beauty. And it's up to you to decide what's beautiful to you, nobody else. The Ace of Fire energy then turned you up. You about to go secure something. This makes me think, ooh, I just got a new job. What is the ease that I want to have in the way that I move about this life? Oh, is beauty a way to do that? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you catching more flies with honey. I think it is flies with honey than vinegar. But regardless, that energy is in you. And because of that, it's giving you those accepted. It's giving you those, yes, come. It's giving you those, please be invited. It's giving you those entrances, those entryways, those door open for perfection to usher in. Perfection is ushering in financial abundance and security. Perfection is impacting y'all in a way that is making you tap into beauty, and not even just the beauty of self, but definitely the beauty of self. Beauty of being vulnerable and expressing the things that you like so that you can be in those spaces to admire that beauty and things like that. And then again, to go get it. Whenever I think about this, I think about the Leo. And Leo women, for me, just go get it. Even, I'm going to say even tigers, even lions. The women are the ones who really go and do the thing. Now we are going to tap into what y'all have made room for. We have, it's the order, the Four of Water, again, that fluidity. We have Yanza. Then we have the Ace of Earth. So, with the Four of Water, that shows that y'all have opened things up for balance to flow into your life. The harmony of the masculine and the feminine. The harmony of your action versus your thinking. Y'all have opened up the room for that. So even if it hasn't happened yet, there's room, there's energy, there's support for you to go with the flow, to be in the flow. And with Yanza, this stormy character, this shows me that you have the ability to get inside of people's heads and challenge their thoughts. So it may be time for you to usher in this ability to do that. Like, you may have kept things quiet for too long, and this has opened up the space for you to maybe start a couple storms real quick, start a little ruckus, and it's very cleansing. The rain is cleansing, the thunder is cleansing, the lightning is cleansing, and it needs to happen. Maybe you've been telling yourself, oh, not too much, I don't want to da-da-da, but no, this is full force, this is me being exactly who I am, and I'm orchestrating, I'm doing what I got to do, and this is helping you with the flow. Maybe it stops you from being in certain relationships, certain friendships, certain job areas or whatever, because you're speaking your mind and you're seeing that you are not received in a way that is in alignment with your continuance in that space, or your continuance in that friendship, your continuance in that relationship. And it's opening up the space for you to start new things on the ground. And when I think about on the ground, it makes me think about new jobs, new homes, new friendships, new beginnings, right? This bull is ready to charge. New. I'm gonna get my new. And then it's also a stubborn energy too. Like, I'm about to go do this no matter what anybody else thinks. And I feel like this is you cutting out people's opinions of whatever they may have thought of you, and that is what's going to make them seem like you're getting stormy, you're getting smarter, It's because they're not used to it. But that doesn't matter, because they're either going to get used to it or get lost, because you off on a new venture, and it's about to get different. Shout out to you for ushering in so much newness, so much character, so much audacity. Stripping illusions and masculine energy, which makes more sense. Let's put it outer. Y'all are so used to being inner and being the support being an anchor. And where's the anchor at? It's in the water where everybody else can float on a boat. The masculine energy is about you pulling yourself up out and showing it. Like, this is who I am. I'm going to shine confidently. I'm going to shine bright. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to have balance in the things that I say that I want and the things that I actually do about it. Y'all not about to stop me no more because of your small minds, because of your desire to see me in the same place or whatever it is, water signs. That is ending. The masculine energy is coming out. And it also could be masculine energy coming to support you as well. Stay open to the masculine energy in your life. Stripping illusions. Because they came out together too, this could also be about stripping illusions around your masculine energy. So what does masculine energy mean to you? Are you afraid of it? Where is that in your life? Where are you missing it? Are you making room for that to be open, or are your opinions and your thoughts and the stories that you make up about masculine energy stopping you from connecting or having an experience that shows you different from what you're used to? Stripping illusions, masculine energy. Thank you. Last but not least, we have air signs. And my air signs being Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. In what ways has perfection been impacting the air signs? We have Oshumare, we have the man, and then we have the Four of Water in reverse. This came out 3 times already. Oh, this squirrel is hopping like it's the happiest day it's ever seen. I love it. To see Oshumare come out when it comes to how perfection has been impacting you, it seems to be positive. It's allowing you to be vulnerable. It's allowing you to transform in a way where you're not worried about who's looking. You are comfortable with the fact that everything that's done in the dark will be shown in the light, type of thing. Like, you're not keeping any secrets, and the perfection has allowed for that to clear. And then there's also like the ability for you to just shine and be yourself, or you to explore who you want to explore sexually. You know the right time to shine out. You're knowing the right time to go enter in things, and perfection has allowed you to do that. But the balance of it, or that's how it's impacted you in this state. And then we had the man. Again, those 5 points. Doop, 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 doop. It's been allowing you to work on your mental stability, also psychic ability. So mental ability and psychic ability. That's like, all right, well, if I have the protection to be who I am, and I know that that's there, then I can kind of explore this dark place. I can explore these feminine energies. I can explore the things about myself that are deeper, and I feel like that's opened that up. So when it comes to perfection, it's almost like you've softened that. The relationship is like, I care less about being perfect and more about being perfect to others and more about being perfect to me. But it's also stopped the flow of things, because that thought of your mind of perfection is not in flow, it's not in balance with the way that you're moving right now. So it makes you feel like a little, like you're trying to pull out type of thing. You are on the way, you're on the path of it. All it takes is being aware. Well, this also makes me think about somebody who started to date men because they thought that if they came out a super lesbian or something like that, then, you know, they wouldn't be the perfect lesbian. They wouldn't be the perfect representation of something like that. And it's like, no, you can date who you want type of thing. And that could be both ways. A man who wants to date a man, a woman who wants to date a woman, a man who who wants to date all men but then wants to date women, or da-da-da. Like, all situations are possible because you've allowed yourself to break out of that perfection. The relationship is with whoever you want it to be with, and it's however you want it to be. As long as you're comfortable, as long as you're growing as well. Now that we're out of the perfection talk, let's tap into what the air signs have made room for. I see. We have the Ace of Earth. Then we have the Eight of Earth. Y'all really been grounding yourselves. Like, y'all been releasing fears, releasing doubts that's not yours. Really tending to your home and getting grounded in it. You are collecting what it is that you need for your space. That's all I keep coming to. 2 aces here. Then we have the Ace of Water. And it may be that you've opened yourself up to a space where you're okay with going to get things and going to achieve and start things new, and that's fine. But when it comes to tapping into the emotional waters of how that's affecting your inner child, or is that in alignment with you wanting to be a mother, or is it fun? Is it creative? Do you actually enjoy it? You know, like, you're more so, I'm gonna go get it, I'm stubborn, I don't care what nobody else gonna talk about right now, which is a good thing in the sense that this is something that you want to go do and nobody's stopping you from doing it. Where you are neglecting different parts of yourself to go do that thing, it's like, it's not a whole experience if you have to deny parts of yourself in order to go get something. And I feel like this is the part I mean about collecting everything that you need. You're gonna collect everything that you need on the way for your home. And that could be home in the sense of a new place, or home in the sense of a new place that you're building for you, a new heart space. not a new heart space, but a bigger heart space, a different room in your heart, a bigger room, a whole estate, whatever that may look like. You cannot deny your emotional self. You cannot deny your inner child. You cannot deny your creativity, your joy. It's needed. So opening up this space for you to connect with that inner child. Or maybe you've already started to do that. You're in experiences that are making you feel like you're a kid again. That's why you're denying it. That's why you're trying to bury it. So just a little bit of support for my air signs. I made room for some inner child healing. It's like you cleared out your space, you cleared out your kitchen, cleared out your garden. Something happened, but you're preparing to restock that, and it has a lot to do with your new ventures. I needed that grounding. I see that. We have omens and we have ascension. Omens and ascension for the air sign. Pay attention to everything that you see on the way. Pay attention to everything that you see on the way. This is hitting me when it comes to both daytime and nighttime, both what you see in the daytime and what you see when you dream. What you see in waking life and what you see when you dream. Pay attention to your omens. Start recording your dreams. Track them down. Another bird. So this is very much support for my air signs. This is an owl being a night bird, and this bird reminds me more of a daytime bird, like a little Carolina wren or something. All of this is going to really lead you to tap in. So pay attention to the omens, even if they make you feel uncomfortable, even if they hit in a space that may feel like a trigger point. It's all preparation for your ascension. You're going through it for a reason. You're never going to go through nothing for no reason. So just take heed of your lessons, take heed of your blessings, take heed of the things that you really do need to take with you versus what can be left while you're on your journey. Just remember to take care of yourself. Nobody matters but you first. You first. You first. With the omens card as well, since the owl has its wings spread open, it's about knowing that you will be supported and you will be carried. It's going to be okay to address those things that you see in your dreams. It's going to be okay for you to even face some things maybe scary in the daytime. And it's not really you facing something scary. It's more like the omen that's in it. The message that's in the signs that you're seeing for real. And it's wild because once you start seeing stuff, you're not going to be able to unsee it. It's not wild, it's beautiful, it's divine. So yes, that is for my air signs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If that resonated with you at all, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. I love to talk to y'all. Again, if you want to leave a love donation, that screen is there. There's also my Venmo and my CashApp in the description box. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be back in a couple days with a new Bible video, but I'm excited because I will be taking some things to Patreon. I'll explain it later and tell y'all all about what you receive as a patron of mine and things like that. Let me finish setting it up, but I'm excited. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Thank you for watching. Tapu. Peace unto you.